Okay, folks, I'm back with another video. All right, this time we're gonna get into it today because a lot of people don't understand what they actually are doing right now. Right, what y'all are doing is allowing foreign governments to play tricks on your mind. Y'all have been manipulated by the enemy. All right, y'all keep on going behind these YouTube personalities and taking what they say as fact without doing any research to verify what these people are saying. And this is reckless and dangerous. Okay? What y'all gonna do is allow this coronavirus that is very real to spread to everybody in the African American and everybody in the country. It's gonna spread everywhere. And a lot of people are going to get it. You might not die from it, but you might take it home to your elderly grandmother and she might get it and she might die. Your parents could catch it and die. You see what I'm saying? Well, we're going to expose all this shit right now. All right? How you niggas is agents and working and unknowingly are working for foreign governments. All right? So let's get into it. I got two different articles I'm going to show y'all today. Two. All right? This first one is from the New York Times. It is entitled, Your 5G Phone Won't Hurt You, but Russia Wants You to Think Otherwise. All right. Was published on May 12, 2019. All right. So everything I'm reading you in this document will be from last year. This is old information, folks. All right. So let's go. The cell phones known as 5G or fifth generation represent a vanguard of wireless era rich in interconnected cars, factories, and cities. Whichever nation dominates the new technology will gain a competitive edge for much of this century, according to many analyses. But a television network a few blocks from the White House has been stirring concerns about a hidden flaw. Just a small one, a TV reporter told her viewers recently. It might kill you. The Russian network RT America aired the segment titled A Dangerous Experiment on Humanity, and covering what its guest experts call 5G's dire health threats. U.S. intelligence agencies identified the network as a principal meddler in the 2016 presidential elections. This means that RT Network helped Russia, were one of the entities from Russia that actually appeared in the elections. All right. Now, it is linking 5G signals to brain cancer, infertility, autism, heart tumors, Alzheimer's disease. I'm sorry, tumors and heart and Alzheimer's disease. Claims that lack scientific support. Yet, even as RT America, the cat's paw of Russia's President Vladimir Putin, has been doing its best to stroke the fears of American viewers, Mr. Putin on February 20th ordered the launch of Russia's 5G network in a tune evoking optimism rather than doom. All right. So he wanted Russian Vladimir Putin wanted his people to be happy about 5G while he's pushing information, false information to America so people in America can hate 5G. All right. We need to look forward, he said, according to tests. The Russian news agency, the challenge for the upcoming years is to organize universal access to high-speed internet to start operations of the fifth generation communication systems. Analysis see RT's attacking on 5G as geopolitically bold. It targets a new world of interconnected, futuristic technologies that could reach into customers' homes, aid national security, and spark innovative industries. Already, medical firms are linking up devices wirelessly to create new kinds of health treatments. Meaning, this is last year that the medical firms and all hospitals, everything, started using 5G. Last year. It's economic warfare, Brian Fox, Chief Operating Officer of New Knowledge, a technology firm that tracks disinformation, said in an interview. Russia doesn't have a good 5G play, so it tries to undermine and discredit ours. 5G is also a growing point of friction between Washington and Beijing, with each side lining up allies in what has become a major technology race. Moscow and Beijing are seen as probably forming a 5G political bloc. All right, so it's a race. You see what I'm saying? Different countries are racing to acquire and install this technology. So what Beijing and Moscow are doing is trying to slow America down. All right? The Kremlin would really enjoy getting democratic governments tied up in fights over 5G environmental and health hazards, said Molly McNew. And this is all way last year that she's telling you that this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people, they're trying to get us to fight over whether this is healthy or not. All right? And it's working, said Molly McNew, head of FANA Strategies, a consulting firm in Washington, D.C. that seeks to counter Russian disinformation. RT's assault on 5G technology are rising in numbers and stridency as the American wireless industry begins to erect 5G systems. In March, Verizon said its services will soon reach 30 cities. All right, this is March of last year. Like I showed you in one of my other videos, Verizon been turning on their goddamn signals. All right. RT America aired its first program assailing 5G's health impact last May. It's only one in 2018. Already this year, it has run 7. This is last year. The most recent, on April 14th, reported that children exposed to signals from 5G cell phone towers would suffer cancer, nosebleeds, and learning disabilities. Mind you, these people are reporting this stuff to our country, but they're not reporting this stuff to their country because they know it's not true. All right? The network distributes its programming by cable, satellite, and online streaming. It also posts individual stories on Facebook and YouTube. A declassified U.S. intelligence report released early in 2017 said that RT videos on YouTube have averaged 1 million views per day, the highest among news outlets. Hundreds of blogs and websites appear to be picking up the network's 5G alarms, seldom if ever noting the Russian origins, all right? Meaning people are passing along this information not knowing that it comes from Russia, all right? Analysis called it a treacherous fog. Anna Belkina, RT's head of communications in Moscow, defended the network's coverage of 5G. Unlike many other media, we show the breadth of debate, she said in an email exchange. Asked if Mr. Putin's promotion of 5G technology in Russia conflicted with the health alarms raised by RT America, she said the U.S. networks focused on local 5G issues and not the rollout in Russia, which means they weren't concerned with whether it was true or not. They was just concerned whether United States citizens believed it was true or not. They was just playing with the idea, pretty much for views and to cause misinformation. That's pretty much what it is. Our American audience expect us to bring American concerns to the forefront first and foremost, Ms. Bakina said. The 5G playbook. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence in 2017 report describes the network as the Kremlin's principal international propaganda outlet. All right? Y'all hear that? The Kremlin's principal international propaganda outlet, which means this whole station, all this shit is Russian. It's Russian intelligence. All right? The report noted that RT's most popular video on Hillary Clinton during the 2016 election campaign stated that 100% of Hillary's charity went to themselves. The video was viewed more than 9 million times. Later that year, the National Security Division of the Justice Department forced RT America, formerly Russia Today, to register as a foreign agent. So y'all listen to information coming from foreign agents, bruh. Like, seriously. Y'all niggas, man, Moscow's goal experts say, is to destabilize the West by undermining trust in democratic leaders, institutions, and political life. To that end, the RT network amplifies voices of dissent to sow discord and widen social divides. It gives the marginal and megaphone and traffics in false equivalence. Earlier campaigns took aim at fracking, vaccines, and genetically modified organisms. One show called Designer Tomatoes, Good Looking Poison. All right, that's all that GMO shit. The network is now applying its playbook against 5G by selectively reporting the most sensational claims and by giving a few marginal opponents of wireless technology a conspicuous new form. All cell phones use radio waves. RT America tends to refer to the signals as radiations, seemingly associating them with the very strong rays at the far end of the electromagnetic spectrum, which are the ionizing radiation. All right, ionizing radiation is, here you go, such as X-rays and ultraviolet rays, also gamma rays. They ain't got it there, but I'm gonna put it there. Gamma rays is also ionizing radiation, which in high doses can damage DNA and cause cancer. 5G's place in the spectrum. All right. So we're going to look at this chart. If y'all see this chart, 5G is all the way down here. You see what 5G is? It goes from 3 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. All right? All right? It is non-ionizing radiation. It means it can't do the things that ionizing radiation do, which means it can't ionize the molecules in the air to manipulate the air, the oxygen in the air. It can't do that. All right? It's non-ionizing. And if you can see on this chart, you can see right there where visible light is. Visible light is pretty much the sun. All right? So as you can see, the sun is a higher vibration than 5G. But the sun is in the air every day. Are you people dying from the sun? Let's move on. But the radio waves used in cell phone communications lie at the opposite end of the spectrum, between radio broadcasting frequencies and the rainbow colors of visible light. The frequencies employed in 5G are higher than those of past cell phones, allowing more information to be relayed more rapidly. Many other devices are expected to follow, including robots, drones, and cars that send traffic information to one another. Wireless high-speed communications could transform the news industry, sports, shopping, entertainment, transportation, healthcare, city management, and many levels of government. In January, the Times announced a joint venture with Verizon to build a 5G journalism lab. Over the years, plenty of careful scientists have scrutinized wireless technology for potential health risks. Virtually all the data contradict the dire alarms, okay? Which means everything that the scientists found contradicts all the 5G bullshit, okay? According to the public health officials, including those at the World Health Organization. Opponents of 5G claim the technology's high frequencies will make the new phones and cell towers extraordinarily harmful. The higher the frequency, the more dangerous it is to living organisms, a RT reporter told viewers recently. The truth is exactly the opposite. Science says the higher the radio frequency, the less it penetrates the human skin, lowering exposure to the body's internal organs, including the brain. 5G emissions, if anything, should be safer than previous generations, said Dr. Marvin Zaskin, a medical doctor and emeritus professor at I'm sorry, my throat kind of dry. Professor of radiology and medical physics at the Temple University School of Medicine. Health concerns were raised last year when a large federal study showed that 2G signals could produce brain cancer in male mice, but officials discounted a direct link to humans, saying people receive smaller doses. Nonetheless, RT has taken an active role in stirring up apprehensive casting the doubt of 5G in biblical terms. Casting the debut of 5G in biblical terms. The caption superimposed on a January show read 5G Apocalypse. The anchor reported that doctors, scientists, and environmental groups were now calling it for its ban. All right, this that fake shit that y'all keep posting talking about that they banning this shit. This shit comes from the Russian government. All right, America taps the ranks of existing anti-cellular activists who wage its 5G campaign. Some have railed for decades against cell phones, power lines, and other everyday sources of electromagnetic waves. Much of their work appears not in reputable science journals, but little-known reports, publications, and self-published tracts, at times with copious notes and dubious significance. They tend to cite each other's research, which means they are creating this research and passing it back and forth to each other, and you niggas is reading this shit thinking this shit true. That's what's going on. Bunch of misinformation. All right? It's unclear how many RT experts realize they are aiding a Russian network or that it acts as Mr. Putin's mouthpiece. At times, RT simply mains existing videotape and print material, editing them to reflect its perspective. And the intelligence report noted that some network staffers failed to disclose their RT affiliation when conducting interviews. Even so, private analysis see the 5G attacks as reaching perhaps millions of online viewers, terrifying some and infuriating others. RT successfully feeds the conspiracy-oriented ecosystem, said John Kelly, chief executive of Graphika, I don't know, a network analytics firm. This effort is having a real impact. Is bearing fruit. Okay, means that shit working. That's what they trying to say. All right. So let's go to the other report. So y'all see that Russia came up with this shit, and y'all niggas buying into it. So let's see how it turned from 5G, all right, into the coronavirus. Let's go to that. All right, because we can track that shit down too. All right, how the 5G coronavirus conspiracy theory tore through the internet. It started with one doctor on January 22nd of this year. This article is talking about this year. This article was written 2 days ago. All right, so it started with one doctor on January 22nd. Belgium newspaper Heat Lachiti Nieuws, I don't know how to pronounce it. I guess I did. Y'all can read it. Published an interview with Chris van Kerkhoven, a general practitioner from Puut near Antwerp. 5G is life-threatening and no one knows it, read the headline. One scientifically baseless claim in this article, published in a regional version of the paper's print edition and since deleted from its website, sparked a conspiracy theory firestorm that has since torn through the internet and broken out into real world, resulting in fires and threats. Van Kerkhoven didn't just claim that 5G was dangerous, he also said it might be linked to coronavirus. At the time, the outbreak was a comparative spec. It means it wasn't even really jumping when he released that. It had claimed 9 lives and affected 440 people, almost all of them in the Chinese city of Wuhan. Under the heading link met coronavirus, the Heat Lachit News journalist pointed out that since 2019, a number of 5G towers had been built around Wuhan. Could the two things be related? I have not yet done a fact check. This is what the doctor's telling you, that he didn't even fact check the information before he put it out there. Van Kerkhoven cautioned before piling in, but it may be a link with certain events. With current events. And so the fuse was lit. Van Kerkhoven comments were quickly picked up by anti-5G campaigners in the Dutch-speaking world, with Facebook pages linking to and quoting from the article. Here they claimed was proof of something very dark indeed. Within days, the conspiracy theory had spread to dozens of English language Facebook pages, to English language Facebook pages, but the conspiracy theory that Van Kerkhove was peddling isn't news. Has been bubbling away quietly for decades, and unfounded concerns about high voltage power lines in the 1980s to mobile phones in the 1990s. And coronavirus, such concerns have found a new hook. Because the quotes were unfounded, we withdrew the article within a few hours, says Hoot Lachit News. Editor Dmitry Antonison, we regret the fact that the story was online for a few hours, he adds. Unfortunately, with conspiracy theories popping up on several places, this does not stop a story from spreading, and spread it did. On YouTube, obscure online talk show hosts and bloggers started revealing the truth, that's in parentheses, about 5G and coronavirus, racking up tens of thousands of views. Posts on Facebook made similarly outlandish claims, receiving only a few thousand views from a familiar and welcoming audience. For some time, the conspiracy theory would bounce across this echo chamber. But some weeks later, it started to break out, propelled by engagement algorithms that were smart enough to spot a viral trend, but dumb enough not to notice the idiocy, the idiocy of its content. Okay, so basically, the Facebook algorithm, or the little algorithms that be picking up on your things, so people can see it and be posting it on Facebook to keep it like on people's timelines. It picked up on it because it seen something was going viral, but it didn't know it was this dumbass shit. All right. From those obscure beginnings, the conspiracy theory has now been pushed by celebrities with hundreds of thousands or millions of social media followers, including boxer Amir Khan, singer Anne Marie, actor Woody Harrelson, former Dancing on Ice judge Jason Gardner, pop star Carrie Hilson, former Made in Chelsea star Lucy Watson, and TV personality Amanda Holden, the latter of whom claims she accidentally tweeted a link to a since deleted anti-5G petition on change.org. Petition said, which at the time had more than 110,000 signatures, enormously claimed that the symptoms of exposure to 5G are very much like the symptoms of coronavirus. In recent days, a number of 5G masts across the UK have been set on fire in apparent arson attacks, according to The Guardian. At least 20 mobile phone masts have been vandalized as a result of 5G disinformation in recent days. Videos of these attacks have gone viral on social media, further adding to the anti-5G fever. At the government's daily coronavirus press briefing on April 5th, Cabinet Office Minister Michael Gove described the 5G conspiracy theory as dangerous nonsense, while the National Medical Director of the NHS, Professor Stephen Pausis, said it was the worst kind of fake news. All right. Van Kersen's scientifically baseless comments don't exist in a vacuum. In fact, they exist in sludge of conspiracy theories that have been shared millions of times on social media. Sleuthing about this sludge are six main coronavirus conspiracy theories. That that 5G is somehow dangerous, that 5G worsens the effect of coronavirus by weakening your immune system, that 5G outright causes coronavirus-like symptoms, that the coronavirus lockdown is being used to install 5G networks, that Bill Gates has something to do with it, and finally that this is all an Illuminati mass murder plot. None of these conspiracy theories have a shred of truth in them, while some are outright dangerous. That's what I've been saying. Almost all the conspiracy theories post linking 5G to coronavirus use of tired debunk thripe about non-ionizing. Let me read that again. Debunk thrips about non-ionizing radiation, chemtrails, and deep state plots to use vaccines to control people to remotely shut down their organs. Most of the time, such unsubstantiated and outlandish claims remain more or less hidden inside the communities that believe in them. But with coronavirus as a peg, they were always bound to go viral. The coronavirus has created some perfect environment for this message to spread, says Joseph Smith, senior researcher at Demos, a think tank. Like many conspiracy theories, the idea that 5G is to blame for the uncertain, frightening situation we find ourselves in is a comfort. It provides an explanation and a scapegoat for the suffering caused by this pandemic, as well as cruelly suggesting a way we might stop it. Take down the mask and the virus will go away. If only it were that simple. And worryingly, the conspiracy theories themselves aren't as simple as they first appear. Amongst the conspiracy sludge, one voice stands out. For more than a year, propaganda broadcaster RT has been attacking. There go RT again. For more than a year, propaganda broadcaster RT has been attacking the rollout of 5G. And one news segment published on YouTube in January 19th, and with nearly 2 million views, RT correspondent Michael Greenstein explains that 5G has just one catch: it might kill you. Greenstein's scientifically baseless rant is part of the coordinated and sustained attack against 5G by RT. Greenstein's, Greenstein alone has reported versions of the same 5G health risk conspiracy theory at least 10 times since the start of 2019. In April of last year, RT enormously claimed that children exposed to 5G suffered from cancer, nosebleeds, and learning disabilities. A declassified U.S. intelligence report released in 2017 shows that RT videos on YouTube, we already read that. So they're going back over pretty much what we already read in the last slide. All right, let's see if they keep on doing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They pretty much reading what I just told y'all in from the last post. All right. So let's read down here though. So let's get past all that, all the Bill Gates stuff. All the Bill Gates stuff. Let's start here. This looks like a good spot. From Putin to the people, coronavirus disinformation has been propelled across the internet at remarkable speed by the algorithms of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Until early February, the conspiracy theory linking 5G to coronavirus had mostly been circulated through anti-5G groups, which around 1,000 posts garnered some 45,000 interactions according to data from Facebook-owned social media analysis platform CrowdTangle. Then on January 30th, the far-right conspiracy theory website InfoWars waged in 5G launches in Wuhan weeks before coronavirus outbreak. The headline explained with the story claiming it connects the dots between the coronavirus, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and Wuhan's recent launch of 5G. Experts InfoWars ads are warning that 5G could cause flu-like symptoms. On February 1st, Zero Hinge, a conspiratorial financial blog, claimed that coronavirus could be an artificial created bioweapon. In some of the most obscure corners of Facebook and YouTube, the conspiracy theory grew even more outlandish. Amanda Valmore, momopreneur, I don't know what that is, an apparent anti-vaccine campaigner who runs an alternative medicine store in Ontario, Canada, posted videos to Facebook and YouTube claiming that the tragic death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter in a helicopter crash was in fact an Illuminati blood sacrifice ahead of a mass murder plot. coronavirus that would allow the cult to introduce a dangerous new vaccine. Vollmer's also references the scientifically baseless conspiracy theory that 5G is linked to the coronavirus and talks about coronavirus-related disinformation peddled by Quanon, a far-right conspiracy theory alleging a deep state. Who else talking about deep state? I rest my case. These niggas is just followers, bruh, and y'all following right behind them. Blind following the blind. All right, but let's keep reading. A deep state plot against U.S. President Donald Trump. Versions of the same video posted on Facebook and YouTube in late January have been viewed more than 28,000 times. By mid-February, coronavirus conspiracy theories, especially those linked to 5G, were starting to gain real traction on social media. On February 19th, the page Walking Times, which has been on Facebook since 2011, has had more than 600,000 followers, shared a post claiming there were disturbing connections between 5G and the men who are developing vaccines for coronavirus. The post was shared 1,700 times and received more than 800 comments and interactions. On other conspiracy theories posts, collectively shared thousands of times, commentators linked to YouTube videos that claim to expose new facts about 5G and coronavirus. Collectively, those videos have received hundreds of thousands of views and hundreds of comments. One YouTube video linking coronavirus to 5G has been viewed almost 900,000 times. On March 18th, Daryl Wolf, a specialist in natural medicine, posted a video on his Facebook page which has 4,100 followers, in which he claims coronavirus could be 5G prison for children. With global lockdown being used as authorities as a ruse to install 5G infrastructure in schools. The video, which is titled Coronavirus, 5G Prison for Children, has been viewed more than 95,000 times. It is not flagged as fake or misleading by Facebook. By the middle of March, various conspiracy theories linking 5G to coronavirus were spreading through Facebook. A post from an anti-5G group in Ireland claimed that while people were distracted by the coronavirus, companies were working flat out to install new 5G masts. The post has been shared 1,800 times and received more than 1,500 interactions. Several Facebook posts from late March linked to YouTube videos that make similar claims about coronavirus being a distraction to install 5G infrastructure. One version of this video has been viewed nearly 900,000 times on YouTube. A video of a woman confronting two contractors installing fiber cable, which has been viewed more than 1 million times on YouTube, also went viral on Facebook. The woman in the video makes baseless claims that they were installing 5G as part of a plot to kill people. On Facebook, one version of the video has received more than 700 comments and 600 shares. As with von Kerchhoven, many of the conspiracy theories around 5G and coronavirus lean heavily on supposed experts. A video of a lecture given by Thomas Cohen, a physician from California, claims that coronavirus is the result of poisoning caused by 5G. One version of this video, which has been posted to YouTube a number of times, has more than 640,000 views. Another version has almost 600,000 views. Cohen talk was given on March 11th at the Health and Human Rights Summit, an anti-vaccination conference in Tucson, Arizona. The event was headlined by Andrew Wakefield, the discredited British expedition and anti-vaccine activist. Cohen's talk has always been shared widely on Facebook, receiving tens of thousands of shares, comments, and views. In a Facebook post on March 30th, the attorney of anti-vaccine activist Robert F. Kennedy Jr. son of Robert F. Kennedy and nephew of former U.S. President John F. Kennedy, also shared the conspiracy theory linking 5G to coronavirus. Global lockdown, he said, was stopping people from protesting to prevent 5G robber barons from microwaving our country and destroying nature. The post has been shared more than 11,000 times and received almost 8,000 interactions. A video attached to the post that makes similar claims has been viewed almost 500,000 times. To date, more than 4,800 Facebook posts receiving more than 1.1 million interactions have in some way linked coronavirus and 5G. Dave Icke, the ex-footballer and prominent conspiracy theorist with more than 240,000 Twitter followers and 782 YouTube subscribers, has also uploaded numerous videos and social media posts linking coronavirus to 5G. One titled COVID and 5G, What's the Connection?, has been viewed almost 400,000 times. Social media analysts by fact-checking organizations 4Fact has found similar conspiracy theories going viral in France and Greece, racking up tens of thousands of interactions, shares, and views on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. On April 5th, a YouTube spokesman had told The Guardian it was taking steps to limit the spread of the 5G conspiracy theory. It was limited the spread of 5G conspiracy theory. The UK Culture Secretary Oliver Dowden has said he will hold talks with the major technology platforms and reiterate the importance of tackling disinformation. The levels of interest in the coronavirus pandemic, the fear and uncertainty that comes with it has caused tired fringe conspiracy theories to be pulled into the mainstream. From obscure YouTube channels and Facebook pages to national news headlines, baseless claims that 5G causes an exasperate coronavirus are now having real-world consequences. People are burning down 5G masts and protests. Government ministers and health experts are now being forced to confront this dangerous balderdash head-on, giving further oxygen to airtime to views that were it not for the major technology platforms would remain on the fringe of the fringe. Like anti-vax content, this messaging is spreading via platforms which has been designed explicitly to help propagate the content which people find almost compelling, most irresistible to click on, says Smith from Demos. What song is this shit? All right, it's a couple more paragraphs. All right. He argues that while social networks have had success in removing content related to terrorism and child sexual exploitation from their platforms, they are continuously failing to grapple with disinformation. The dangerous messaging around 5G highlights the urgent need for a process for identifying and removing harmful information, driven by those who are experts in relevant fields, but also with public knowledge and consent, said Smith. But to date, social networks have once again failed to tackle the disinformation crisis running riot on their platforms. And that's the end. So basically, you niggas is being fooled. Excuse my language. But that's what y'all acting like. That's what y'all acting like. Ignorant people. Y'all ignorant. Y'all done allowed Russia to come over here, mess up y'all heads. Y'all done spread the virus all over the city. Most of y'all probably walking around with it right now and don't even know. Like, it's ridiculous, yo. We gotta do better than this as a people, bruh. And then when people try to bring you the right information and tell y'all that, yo, y'all tripping, y'all, now I'm the ops. I'm the ops now. No, nigga, you the ops. You the one working for foreign governments. Following their information. You might as well be working for them. You got certain YouTube personalities out here right now. First, we had every Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, all these people getting indicted. Now the nigga talking about, oh, it's a lawsuit. Wonder where he got that from? I applaud y'all for sending him my information. Like he was gonna do something. Come on now. You can't debate facts. What y'all gotta do is stop with this misinformation, man. Y'all gonna get somebody hurt. Y'all gonna get people killed. Y'all might get your own family members killed. It's that serious. Y'all gotta stop playing with this shit. It's over. That whole 5G conversation is over, yo. Y'all done got this shit from. Y'all say I got my information from the government or the white man, right? No, I just proved that you get your information from the Russian government in the white man. There wasn't nobody of any other race that started those rumors. Where y'all getting? Yo, it's just getting out of hand and just getting ridiculous. I ain't gonna go in on y'all. I'm just gonna leave it there. This conversation over for me. I don't need to see nothing else. Y'all done let the foreign governments infiltrate. That's what you did. Learn from your mistakes, people. I hope all y'all staying in the house now and stay safe. Mask up, glove up. Don't know how to use gloves too. Learn how to use gloves. Just because you got them on don't make you invincible. Especially if you still using them to eat food, you still touching stuff, got the gloves on, you're going to take the food and put it to your mouth. You're going to pick your fries up and put it in your mouth with the gloves on. Don't make sense. But all right, I'm going to leave y'all with that. And as always, peace and blessings. Hope all y'all stay safe. Love y'all.